Hi, everybody. Hi, Internet. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Carl. Hi, Internet.
Hi, Jeff. All right, let me click live on my Facebook and my YouTube streams. YouTube is live. I'm going live with Facebook. If you're not watching this on Get Vocal, you can watch it on Facebook, my personal Facebook feed, or my YouTube channel, KBAV Productions, all that good stuff. But if you're joining us here on Get Vocal, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Jeff and I are rock and roll indie rock aficionados, and we have a beef we need to settle about some 15-year-old albums. Always topical. We did a Get Vocal recently about the MLB All-Star Game, which was a few weeks late, and now we're doing something 15 years old. We're going farther back. Jeff, what is this Get Vocal about today?
Let me first say that this is a deeply experimental project we're making here. What we're going to be talking about today is how Carl and I are going to debate what are the ground rules to our upcoming debate of which is the greater album, Electric Version by New Pornographers, or Carl's personal favorite, Mass Romantic by the New Pornographers, respectively the second and first albums in the New Pornographers catalog.
And just to level set, I like to call the New Pornographers the traveling Wilburys of Canadian indie rock bands. They're like a power pop supergroup with all these different bands from the, 90s, I want to say, like late 90s. Yeah. All these Canadian, like Vancouver Canadian, just sort of like little fledgling indie rock guys. And then they all kind of formed together to do these weird sort of like collab. I don't know. There's like they all kind of pitch in weird ways. And if you don't know the new Pornographers, we're going to very elaborately describe them in upcoming things. But you want to settle the score on which is the better of the two first albums?
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming at here. I don't think this is new. It's not going to be new to you that I have some different, maybe more, despite the fact that you're wearing an Of Montreal t-shirt, that maybe I have a little bit more of a flamboyant, melodic musical taste. Whereas, I don't know, I think you appreciate the technical sides of things a little bit more. But I don't know. I'm not going to get too deep into what my opinions are until the next Get Vocal. Stay tuned. I also want to mention that when I was looking up Electric Version on Wikipedia to see what the track list was, that they were described as a post-punk revival band. So this is, I don't want to alienate any of you indie rock fans out there, but I'm 100% post-punk revival in terms of my musical tastes. So, Carl, my first thought in debating this debate is that I would like to do this in list form because a list is clean. A list is always the most fun. There's a countdown involved. And I think lists are just a fun way to handle things. So the first thing that popped into my mind was maybe taking the top 10 tracks, ranking them, and then going head to head. I don't know what that would accomplish, and more importantly, I don't know who would be the arbiter of that, how one would decide if Miss Teen Word Power is better than To Wild Homes, or, you know.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Are they equally tracked out? There's not that many tracks on each. They might be equal. I would say, yeah, like, we need some way of weighing them against each other. So it's like we have to come up with their strong points and then like have them battle. Is there some sort of seeding system that we can do, like an NCAA bracket, March Madness style, where we say like just the breakdown in Testament to Youth and Verse versus the organ riff from Letter from an Occupant or something? You know what I'm saying?
Those are two number one seeds destined to battle in the Final Four.
Yeah, because the fact that they are a super group and they have all these different contributions by many talents of our time. I was thinking about that, like, it seems like the cool element that these albums for sure bring, and the band in general brings in, is that it's all these different voices and, like, yeah, kind of like weird indie pop cacophony of kitschy sounding organs and hooky riffs and hand claps and tambourines. But, like, it's got such a cool group element that I feel like it appeals to our classic rock side of, like, those David Bowie concerts where there's like 15 people on stage, a classic like 2 drummer, 2 bass player type instrumentation, you know, just like over the top, but done in such a cool, all together way that that you have all these crazy moments happening, and yeah, it becomes overwhelming to try and like an assessor, you know, itemize them all and then be like, well, which is the thing that's the most I don't know, grabbing or attention getting or like impact making from each of these albums. So yeah, would it be like just a listing of favorite moments? Oh, what if we do it like, is it like Boggle style, where if we have the same one, we cross it out and then we're only ranking things that we disagree on?
I like that idea. I like looking at it as like a collage, but then picking which pieces of the collage we like the most.
So this is like almost like a sort of this is like an art history exercise where you literally look at formal elements and be like, I like the melody here. The melody sounds like, you don't have to go into, you know, like, oh, they use this kind of scale and they're using these sort of music theory things, but you'd be like, I like the bridge in the painting, you know, or the bridge in the song or whatever. Like, is that how we can list them out?
I love everything you're saying so far. I'm willing to talk about anything from the bridge to a certain cymbal sound to even like the album art. Excuse me. Back to ate like 5 cookies before we started this. My big question is, can I say I love the song Out From Blown Speakers because of my dorm room with Wes in 2004 and how he used to play that song all the time? Can I use a memory from my life as an objective piece of evidence?
Only if I can also use a memory for your life. If we both have it written down, then we have to cross it out, I guess. Yeah. Let me think. Let's see. Do you like,
like All for Swinging You Around? That video is terrific.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah. I could bring that in there.
We might be getting too early on into it, but I effing love how in the liner notes of Mass Romantic, instead of putting the song titles, they put cool lyrics from each song. I know you can't read this because it's backwards, but put your laptop in a mirror later and it'll decode itself. But yeah, I don't know, little elements like that definitely. It builds to I know that you and I also kind of getting to the classic rock side of stuff. We kind of like the mystique, you know, like, and that's kind of a testament to what you said. Is like so many albums that become like the, you know, the mainstays, the staples of the library that you keep are like also tied to like important events in your life, and then they kind of become synced up like that.
I was gonna say in the same vein, I don't have that cool little insert in the CD of Mass Romantic because of the way that I found this album, which was probably that, along with the Strokes' first album, my first foray into really wanting to try and be cool. I think that was I was batting 500 there by listening to the Strokes and also the New Pornographers. But yeah, I don't have that little insert because I think the Master Romantic was something that I found by looking at a weird version of the cheap-ass internet that my dad wouldn't really want to pay for, and then piecemeal downloading that song from downloading every song and somehow patching together a shitty-ass burnt CD. So that's a whole nother history there to my relationship with that album that, you know, that's another potential thing to toss in the argument. I don't know if that would be fair or not fair. Of course, I'm not arguing on behalf of that argument, of that album, rather. Since I've got a little extra time here, I would also just like to add a fun little anecdote about those classic rock jam things. And because of virtue of my, I guess, being born into the Larson family, I've seen about 10,000 of those all-star jam things where there's a bunch of old guys on stage. Eric Clapton is always there. And the other thing that's always funny is Ringo is always there, but they always have another drummer there who's not famous at all, just to cover up for Ringo's fuck-ups. That's all I have to say.
That's a good gig. That's a viable gig. The second, but also more important, main drummer when Ringo is drumming. Okay, so, and what's nice about this is we've got a good amount of time. I'm going to be awake. Jeff and I are getting on I'm waking up. Jeff and I are getting on a regular schedule of Tuesday through Thursday of doing Get Vocals at 3 for 3 for 3s on 3s a week. Okay. And also what's fun is I'll hold up this sign. You can join the discussion. If you have strong opinions on the New Pornographer's first 2 albums, which I'm positive you do, you can click join live and you can
hold the computer up to a mirror, then read the backwards writing that Carl has written.
You can add on to the conversation. So Jeff, I'm running out of time. So I need you to have the final word for 75 seconds on how we're going to judge these. And then when we get back, we'll follow your directions.
Hi, friends. 74 seconds here with Jeff. I'd just like to talk about one of the great virtues of Get Vocal is that if you have a friend who likes to overtalk you and get his point in too much and leave you no time to talk, Get Vocal is a great way to add some equity to that process. As you have seen in most of our videos, I usually get the last 75, 45 seconds to talk to myself, and that's nice. Carl's here, he's forced to listen, and I get a chance to talk while looking at myself, which are 2 of my favorite things. Carl, I like the idea of not just going by listing and ranking tracks, but I like the idea of taking any element that you see fit from the album you're arguing for and putting it on there. I say we come up with 15 things, go through, cross out the ones that we have combined or that are the same. And I don't know how we would rank them to go head to head. Maybe we put them in a hat and draw them out. Actually, let's do that. Less decision making, more randomness, more fun.